6:01. Are we ready to go live? Okay. Welcome everyone to the April 7th meeting of the South Fulton Development Authority Board. We'll start with the roll call on that in September.
Good evening, September Cooper, District 7.
Good evening, Stacy Williams, District 5.
Good evening, Phyllis Mentor, District 6.
Good evening, James Reese, District 4, Chair.
Good evening, Mercedes Miller, Board Member at Large.
Good evening, Nkosi Leary, District 1.
Good evening, Kimberly Mays, District 3, Secretary.
Okay. Do we have any additions, deletions, or approval of the agenda? I think we have a couple additions.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'd like to introduce an item for discussion from the Activities Committee regarding youth entrepreneurship.
Okay. We can go ahead.
So I want to introduce an initiative by the Activities Committee by exploring one that aligns directly with our role in economic development and kind of approach it from a different angle. Right now, much of our focus has been attracting business to the city of South Fulton, and what I would like to do is build a business from within our own community. So I wanted to explore a partnership with Georgia Flex. And it's a program designed to give high school students hands-on experience in entrepreneurship. Students don't just learn concepts, they create real business ideas and development and ultimately present them in competitive pitch environment. So, and what I'm proposing is an opportunity to come back within about 2 weeks or so and have the full development of this program. We would like to start off with Westlake High School and begin to teach in that environment and then branch off to all the other high schools forthcoming.
So we're not adding it to the agenda. You just wanted to talk about it.
There'll be a discussion under
Yes.
Activity Committee.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, the item I want to add, I want to give Councilwoman Pritchett an opportunity to speak to us regarding an item that was before the Georgia legislature.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Evening.
I'm Councilwoman Linda Pritchett, and I represent District 7 here along the Old National Corridor, Beseda Road, Oakley Industrial, and Flat Shoals. So thank you for having me here this evening. I want to give a big shout out to many of the members here who came down to the Capitol to testify for House Bill 1386, September Cooper, who represents District 7, and Dana Tucker, who represents District 2. Also, Darius Rollins, who represents the Downtown Development Authority, and they testified on the bill which would create some type of formality between our city or us and the Fulton County Development Authority, so that when they are engaging in giving out tax abatements or doing deals in the boundaries of our city, that we would be notified so that we would be able to give them more information about the different applicants that they're engaging with, and also so that we can negotiate community benefits. The bill died in the House and then resurrected in some interesting path over in the Senate, and I believe that Senator Halpern was interested in giving some type of amendment to the bill, but ultimately I'm really proud. Our chairman here wrote a letter, and our city manager got involved, and everyone got together basically to defend and protect the interests of our city and our tax base. This legislative session was really difficult, even for legislators, because it's very uncertain what this property tax bill actually does, the impact that it'll have on cities. We know that cities cannot run on sales tax. They run on property tax, a portion of that. So making sure that we have open communication with Fulton County is really important. Well, Fulton County Development Authority is really important because what I impress upon legislators is that we have 2 development authorities in our city. And that is extremely impressive, and that is extremely important. And I, as a council person, want to make sure that a lot of the effort that you all have engaged in is not undermined, it's not compromised, and that you all are able to be competitive out here as you do your deals. So that is my update, and thank you again for your cooperation on these things, and I look forward to working this way with all of you in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Can I get approval on the agenda for today?
I'll motion that we approve the agenda.
Get a second?
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That passes. Everyone take a look at the minutes from the March 3rd meeting. We'll get approval on those as well, or any additions or changes to those meeting minutes. If there is no additions or changes to those meeting minutes, can I get a motion to approve those minutes?
I move that we approve the minutes from the March 3rd, 2026 Development Authority meeting.
Get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That passes. We're going to move to citizens' comments. Citizens are limited to 2 minutes for the comments. Citizens here who would like to speak? Okay, we don't have any citizen comments. Look- oh. State your name and your address in the city of South Fulton.
John DeLago, Barrington Trace. I'm not giving you my direct address.
Come on.
No stalkers. 5119 Barrington Trace. Actually, I was going to talk about the bus tour that we had the other day with the Development Authority, Economic Development. I thought it was very good, very well put together. The staff, Teresa, did an amazing job. At each stop, there was displays, and if you weren't there, you missed a good entertainment time for understanding what our city is growing to be. I just want to send my congratulations to Teresa for all the work that she's put in. It was a long day, and she really pushed through it. Also, I met a gentleman who was also on a bus tour. I met him at Kipton on Thursday at a chamber function, and he has a client who is interested in South Fulton where he's looking to acquire 7 acres to 100 acres, as well as some retail space. And I will be following up to give you that information as it progresses. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Teresa, ready for the economic development update? Thank you, John.
Thank you. So to not belong our time, we have in our packet the overall department update. I won't go through that in its entirety because I wanted to take time to review the results from our feedback of the bus tour survey. So we can get, got that queued up. So there's a lot of information to share, so I'll go through this rather quickly because I know we got other business to attend to. Next slide, please. Okay, so the bus tour, we sent out 120 surveys actually to all the participants that joined us. We had relatively 66% that actually responded back to the surveys, so that was really good amount of feedback that we received. One of the top answers to what attendees that we had primarily was industry focused. So we had definitely a lot of business owners and realtors. As you can see, developers, we had about 8% that was there, site selectors. We also had contractors and then people that were also in commercial real estate. Next slide. Next slide, thank you. The overall experience, 73% gave us 5.5 stars. And then we have 4 stars for good and a fair experience of 3 stars. So based on the results, most of all the attendees had an excellent experience here. Next slide. How informative was the tour showcasing South Fulton's development opportunities? As you can see, we had 21% said that it was very informative, and then 78.9% that said it was very informative. Next slide. Which areas of the corridor were most impactful? So as you can see, these were the areas that we actually visited. There was a lot of interest in Old National. As you all would know, we had a lot of information to share. I know that we didn't get a chance to give all the information that we wanted to during the tour, but we did have packets of information that gave them overall sales and vacancies on Old National. And then the second largest number was South Fulton Parkway. Of course, because of it being one of the Georgia's primary corridors. And then, of course, Fulton Industrial and then Red Oak District. Next slide. Kind of hard to read from there. Just want to make sure I'm able to read it. Okay, the tour overall experience, there we go. A lot of people said the tour was extremely informative, well organized, very thoughtfully presented. They thought the South Fulton and Old National presentations went well. Seeing in real time how big South Fulton really is, hearing the real numbers, the market studies was very informative. Great information at each drop-off site was another point that was made. It was encouraging to see the progress across the city, especially the investments in people and community spaces. They talked about the director of Parks and Rec. I heard he gave a great presentation and talk on the buses. The addition of the planned Welcome Center that's coming to the city of South Fulton, the groundbreaking on that. And then the overall energy of our team and everybody that was engaged with the community pride. And of course, everybody loved Mr. Merrill, Harrison Merrill, when he gave his update about South Fulton Parkway presentation. Next slide. Again, what stood out most, just more information about the Foxhall speakers, the momentum that we're building in the city of South Fulton. Next slide. So the results, are you currently interested in exploring opportunities in the city of South Fulton? So this is the feedback that we're taking back with the team. Kimberly Horn, Deanna Murphy was our partner and our project leader with executing and facilitating the tour. So this is the information we're gonna take back, all of the feedback from the surveys, especially this part where we're asking about the interest. As you can see, 26% said yes, immediately they're interested in the city of South Fulton. With that information, we're able to set up pre-construction consultation meetings about where they are in the development process. With that, we're gonna build a development pipeline to make sure that we stay engaged with each and every person that decided they wanted to get a follow-up with our team on interest in the city of South Fulton. Keeping track of that, I really want to stay on top of that because keeping track of that, I don't want anybody to lose interest and not have any connectivity. Got a lot of feedback from developers and brokers telling us once we connect with somebody, we don't hear anything else, you know, from that person. So that is one of the biggest jobs that we're going to have with our team to make sure that we build that pipeline of connection. We do the follow-ups, we stay engaged, we keep them interested, and most of all, we help them through the development process so anything don't get hung up in the pipeline. The next thing is, what types of opportunity are you most interested in? This was a really good focus. As you can see, the largest amount was mixed-use development.
Slide change.
Oh, sorry, slide change. Sorry, X. Next slide, please. There we go. Mixed-use development. What types of opportunity are you most interested in the city of South Fulton? Mixed-use development, 19.6% gave us that feedback. Retail development in the city of South Fulton was the next highest. And actually, it was redevelopment and adaptive reuse and retail development. So those are the two highest that we saw that we got inquiries on. Of course, multifamily residential, a little bit of industrial warehouse. Office spaces was another large one, hospitality, and land acquisition. So this is all the information that we got inquiries for when we do these consultations. Results, so where, of course, we want to ask them what was the estimated investment range they would like to put. 15% said they surveyed 20 million to invest in the city of South Fulton. 10%, 5 to 20 million.
Hold on, scroll to the next slide,
I'm
please.
sorry.
Next slide, please.
I'm moving through the slides.
Okay.
Sorry. So investment range opportunity, 15% of those have an estimate investment range of 20 million. 10% of those surveyed has an estimated range of 5 to 20 million. And then 26% 1 to 5 million. And then, of course, 47% gave us a survey of less than 1 million to invest. Next slide, please. What stage are you currently in the process? Right now, as you can see, the largest amount was exploring markets. So again, building that engagement, keeping them connected to what's going on in the city of South Fulton, making our sites PLAD ready. That's another opportunity that we locked in with the Georgia Economic Development State Office, is to make sure that these sites that we're pushing are PAD ready for development, so that they won't have to go through so much red tape to push a project along. Site identifications, we have a couple, 31% that's still looking for particular sites what they have interest in. And then we have 5% with a due diligence. Next slide, please. There we go. What factors are most important in your decision making? The largest survey amount was accessibility and location. Accessibility and location. And I think that's something that we are a winner with, being in the city of South Fulton. I think most of the people that we did have discussion with talked about our location as a city and it being one of our strongest opportunities. Incentives, financial tools, this gives us an opportunity to discuss and talk about how are we competitive in the region against College Park, Union City, Fairburn, to make sure that we're bringing the right tools for our development opportunities. Site readiness, again, we talked about that. Infrastructure improvement, where we are with our infrastructure, we can definitely give them updates on that. Workforce availability. That was another that we talked about on, I had one-on-ones with a couple of developers that would like to get more information about that. Zoning, entitlements. So following up with our partners in CDRA to discuss how we can enhance those opportunities to be more attractive as well. Next slide, please. What would help move interest forward? Public-private partnerships was the largest we would receive feedback on. Available site listings. We did give them that information of what's available, what we have in our inventory. We have Placer AI that actually tracks real time what the vacancies we have in the city of South Fulton, property and land vacancies. Development and permitting guidance. That was another one. Introduction to property owners. Now that was something new that we definitely want to make sure we stay connected and get them connected to who owns what property in the city, so we can make sure that we are also building that relationship to showcase those opportunities. And then, of course, demographic and market profile. And then the incentive information. Next slide, please. What would you like? A follow-up meeting? Like we said, most people responded back urgent within 2 weeks. So as you can see, Trevor and I have some work to do next week. We got some meetings scheduled, set up, so we can connect with these partners and look at those opportunities and go ahead and get them connected to the resources that they need. A lot of them said within 30 days, and of course, we had the highest with being within 60 to 90 days. But again, everyone that has expressed interest in the city of South Fulton will be hearing from myself or someone from my team. Next slide. Are you interested in, and so this is how we want to tailor our future communication. So a lot of investor and broker updates from the city, from our department, future tours, which was a good thing, was our highest, and networking events. Like I said, most of the feedback we received was that the energy was really good. We have a lot of city pride. With us just wearing our pins that day, wearing our logos. It was a lot of city pride shown. And then one-on-one site tours. That's something that we will be scheduling and setting up as well. Next slide. And again, just more feedback. What could we do to improve the future tours? We had one comment, limit the tour time. We know that it did get a little long because we did have 92 square miles to actually go throughout the entire city. More advertising. I could understand what they was wanting with more advertisement, but unfortunately, this was an invitation only. We started off with one bus, and within 1 week, we ended up with 3 buses. So I know that we have expressed maybe a part 2, but we'll make sure we connect with, I think most of the people said, can we get more commercial brokers on the tour at the next one? So we'll target that industry. Everything was good, had a lot of fun. Backup PA system, I know that Deanna did struggle a little bit with the PA system and being loud enough for that large group to hear. And, you know, they all thought that their first tour was great. Next slide. And just more pictures from a great day, as you can see, with Mayor Gumbs and our Downtown Development Authority. This is our first inaugural activity. This is the very first time that both authorities actually hosted an event in the city of South Fulton. So I want to thank everybody that was served on the steering committee. This was an awesome job. All the partnerships that we established through executing this. Mayor Gumbs' office was very instrumental in her support in getting the word out. We had a lot of outreach through contractor closers and connections and other partners. Aerotropolis, Shannon James was one of our biggest cheerleaders, making sure that this information got out as well. So I just want to just tell everybody, overall, awesome job. And that concludes my presentation. Any questions?
I have a question.
I just want to give you what you deserve. You did an awesome job. Yes, awesome job.
I have a question. What can we do as a board to help support you in the efforts that you're doing, in what you're doing?
So I'm gonna follow up. I haven't had an official debrief yet with our team, Deanna, Kimberly Horn, who actually supported facilitating everything. Once they give me the feedback, I hopefully will have that information at our next meeting.
Any other questions? Comments? Thank you again, Teresa.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. At this time, we'll welcome ACM Davis.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening.
Do you have anything you'd like to report?
Good morning, all. I apologize for my tardiness today, running from meeting to meeting. I did want to update you on the Economic Development Director recruitment process. The position application closed. As you know, we extended it to April 6th. And so we have closed that. We received probably about 7 more promising candidates on that list. So we're excited about that. We'll be screening them this week and moving them forward to the next phase of the interview process with the recruiters. And then hopefully by the end of April, we'll have some finalists to interview. So stay tuned and I'll keep you updated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone have any questions? Okay. We'll move to the chairman's report. It's really brief. I attended the Fulton Industrial District CID breakfast meeting late last month. and met a couple of members of the board, including the chair, Mr. Seams, and a couple of one developer who was interested in talking to us. And I was introduced by Councilwoman Rao to Nikki Varjan, who is a partner in a Brand X Sports complex that she has on Fulton Industrial near City Hall, and was interested in talking further with us. That's basically my report. Let's move to the committee reports. The activity committee.
Yes, the majority of, well, I should say, all of the activities, we can find those within our packets. Nkosi, did you have anything else you wanted to add? Other than what you've already?
No, that was pretty much roughly the summary of what we want to do. Is just an opportunity to just see if we can align with this and give us a chance to come up with a full package of what everything would entail. That's it.
Go ahead.
That was it.
Yeah, could you tell
have some- I wanna
tell the board more about the course you were in that gave you the idea for this, and who you met?
Okay, so when I went to the Development Authority course over the past week, one of the other Development Authority members, I can't remember which city he was in, but he came up and we talked about the Georgia Flex program, and it's from there I was like, well, if this is something that you guys are doing in a rural area, why not bring that here to the city? Because entrepreneurship is entrepreneurship. So, plus I teach entrepreneurship and intro to business as well. So this definitely aligns with the activity committee and with the Development Authority to be able to grow and create a pipeline of entrepreneurs from a high school level within the city, and perhaps if we can teach them how to be entrepreneurs at this youth level, they'll want to stay in the city and grow their business. So I imagine it will get other organizations involved that might want to co-op with this as well, and we'll take lead and ensure that this thing's coming to fruition.
I would like to add, I'm assuming that this is going to fall up under activity as well. I was able to attend the State of the Economic Development at the, for the state, the chambers, and it was a phenomenal event. They had great guest speakers, and we learned a lot. I took about 5 pages of notes, and one of the things that really stood out was the young lady that I plan to invite to speak to us as a board. She is with the Fayetteville Development Authority. She laid out a lot of what we need to be doing as a board, how we can attract businesses. What's the end game? What does that look like, and how we put our packages together so that we can attract the right businesses. And I mean, she was just full of a lot of good, solid information. So that, to me, was one of the best conference locally that I have attended, and I'm looking forward to bringing her to this board because I think that she has a lot to share with us that will help get us focused and going in a direction in bringing businesses to the city in a very good, attractive manner. Thank you.
September civic engagement.
So as far as civic engagement, yes, everybody went on that bus tour. I missed that one. But however, while I did miss that one, I did meet a business owner that's looking to do a grand opening shortly in District 1. But bus tour, phenomenal. Everybody's still talking about it throughout the city. Great job, Teresa. We appreciate you. We also went to the 4800 Campbell groundbreaking. That was phenomenal. Trevor did an awesome job with setting that up. We appreciate you. As Councilwoman Pritchett said, I and Dana Tucker Davis did attend the Georgia House Committee meeting for House Bill 1386. That was an experience. And we also just had the sidewalk groundbreaking in District 6 and 7. I got to say both districts, 6 and 7 for Bethsaida Road. as they update that from Old National to 138, where we're also getting a brand-new bus line. Yeah, as of the 18th, MARTA's putting a new bus line. So be some changes on Old National, and some changes down on the other end, but good change. Change is good.
Okay. Nathan is not here, but we do have a report. We can take it from Miss Wendy Agiletti. Is it pronounced Agiletti? Okay.
I just would like to add, in your packet, Vice Chair Tucker Davis shared the proposed budget that I believe was approved at the last meeting, but just for reference, I just wanted to make sure that that information was currently in the packet as Wendy give the update of the budget process for the city.
Hi, can you guys hear me? Yes. Good evening. I'm Wendy Angeletti. I'm the budget manager at the City of South Fulton. Thank you so much for having me. So I kind of. I guess I'll. Sorry, yeah. Not used to holding microphones. So we had a conversation with some of the board members with the South Fulton Development Authority about their budget, about the process. So I'm kind of going to start back at the beginning. Budgets are approved, and the fiscal year starts October 1st, and they run through September 30th. At that time, when we were finalizing budgets, I think there were conversations going back and forth about the sustainability and the independence of the South Fulton Development Authority as it relates to funding. Typically, we would take funds from the general fund and fund administrative activities through the Economic Development Department for the authority business. There was not a budget loaded this year, so a couple of weeks ago, thank you. Okay. So conversations were had about establishing what the budget needs for the authority were going to be as, again, they go through economic development to support you guys administratively. Had conversations with Teresa. I think a couple of the board members were on the conference call. ACM Davis was also there, and the requirement was that you guys determine what your funding and budget needs for the operation of the authority would be. Teresa had that conversation with you guys. I think you approved your budget, and she submitted that to my office. What we do next is once we receive that, then we have to prepare what is called a budget amendment. So that means we have to have the budget approved, which goes through the council. So anything related to dollars, whether you're going up or down $1 for the total budget, has to go in front of the council. So just today, I prepared the budget amendment. It is now at the clerk's office to approve your budget of $215,125 for various administrative functions for your authority. Once that goes to the council, it'll go to the council at the April 15th meeting. They will review it, take a vote on that. Once it has been approved through the amendment, then we will create the budget in the system of record, which is Tyler, and then you can expense your needs for the authority that time. We are about to enter fiscal year 27. So the only thing that I ask for you to do is kind of have those conversations right now about how the FY27 budget will look like. Is it going to mirror where you are right now? So is that funding level going to be sufficient? If you guys are planning on different projects or different things going on, activities, please talk with Teresa about that, and she can contact me. We can reach out and work on where your budget will be for FY27. And if you guys have any questions about the process, that's just the quick and dirty of it.
When does the 27 budget need to be? Sorry, when does the 27 budget need to be turned in to Teresa?
So we will have meetings in June, and so I think at yesterday's city manager directors meeting, we were having conversations about when departments could start entering their budgets. So we're hoping that budgets can be starting to be entered in May. And we'll have conversations back and forth about that. They will have meetings with the city manager in June. Proposed budget will go in front of council in August, and final adoption will be in September.
Thank you.
I just want to add one more thing. The budget approval for council the date is April 15th. So we would like the Development Authority members to show up and share. Answer any questions, I guess, with that, James. I could get with the officers on that.
Okay. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Go.
Is this the correct time to ask a question about some of the handouts that's in here that has like an account summary?
You can, yes.
Yeah, I think I was just trying to figure out where the amount came from. There is an amount that's in here that is $1,853,750, and it doesn't match our statements and everything else, so we're just trying to figure out where, I'm assuming part of it came from some of our abatements that we've done.
Land sales, yeah.
To get that, and so, but because they don't match, we were trying to figure out how it
So let me
reconciles.
just say this, I work on the budget side, so I am not part of treasury or finance, so I don't want to speak to anything that I'm not familiar with.
Okay.
If you do have any questions about that, Althea Fillard Bradley is our CFO. I think you guys may also get some information from Marcus Schwab, who's the accounting manager, also who presents, I think, some financials. So that's a little bit out of my purview, but we are more than happy to get your questions answered if you'd like.
And I also want to mention that Board Member Lewis had the answers, but he sat in on the finance meeting for that update on what's in the account summary, so.
Okay,
it is-
yeah.
yeah.
He did send an email to say he wasn't gonna make it today, but it was last minute.
Yes.
Jane DeChuck.
Hello, sorry for my tardiness. I am just walking in, so I'm not really sure what you've already said. So if you've already addressed this, and I apologize, but there is a document that we did, the original budget that we, the board approved, and then we were requested to reallocate because the staff budget had been used to cover some of our expenses. So I am the author of this document. So a couple things. One, there are yellow marks, and I'll show you my copy. There are yellow marks on this because we don't have the number, and I've been asking for that. So are you the person, because you're on budget side, that would give me these account numbers that go here in these yellow spots?
Yes, so based on the chart of accounts, I'm going to get a little bit into accounting, because that's the question that you're asking. There are line items that are established. So even though it says meeting, there's no meeting line item. We kind of have to look at the detail and see, what is that meeting? Are you getting a contractor to talk to to the board? Are you renting out a venue to have a meeting? Is the food, maybe dinner that you guys get because you're here late, that may be part of that. So all of that will get summed up into an account number that's established. So once the budget is approved by the council, then we will create the journal entry, and then we will go ahead and line item those, and obviously
Okay.
Teresa will get a copy of that to be able to share with the board.
Okay, because I use old, account numbers from previous budgets, and so I kind of broke this out a little differently. So that goes into my next question. Since you have to create journal entries, and I don't know if y'all use QuickBooks or some numbers or whatever classes, but the information that's in the itemization explanation, do you need more information to create the journals? Because we have, of course, meeting meals, so that's kind of easy to do. We have most of our meetings here. We do have a FIFA event coming up, so that would be outside. So do you need more information from us to be able to make this if it gets approved as written? Or is this sufficient to create the journal account numbers or journal entry numbers?
Well, I'm gonna add, so the only two items that need to be addressed is the meetings and the board retreats. We actually have a line item for that. We do those under either meeting logistics, so I'll provide that number, Dana. But land acquisitions, that was the only one that we followed up, and we would have to get a number established, actually. There's no number that we have currently in our budget for land acquisitions. So that would be a brand-new entry.
And let me say this, I think we may be talking about two different things. There's the budget that sustains you guys administratively. So economic development does things on your behalf, they set up the meetings, they host things for you, and I think that that's what the $215,000 is. Beyond that, that's not part of what's being presented to council. Only your operating budget is being presented. Anything as it relates to any other types of, funding, reallocations on your land acquisitions is something that's going to be completely different. So, yeah, so I just wanted to be, clear on that. So on the 215,000, you will not have a land acquisition line item.
So you and I were on the same page, so I understood that. I think the reason why we have it there was because at the time we were doing this, we had prior board members who were anticipating that this may be the magic year that we finally purchased some, and we didn't know if we would need to come back. So we put, because there's no dollar amount there, it's blank. So we didn't have a number there in case we needed to have a line item or a journal entry created. We would like placehold it so that you guys would know what we anticipated coming. So right now, we don't have any, so that's why it's blank. And so that coming off for an administrative operator budget is fine. So I understand that part. So there was no request for that. I knew that. And I had another question, but that kind of threw me off.
But in answer to your question about is this enough detail?
Yes.
So I think, when you say it's a FIFA event, so there's what's the stuff you're doing in order to support that? Are you traveling somewhere? Are you hosting someone? What's the cost or what's the event? What does that mean? So those are the things that are going to be a cost. So I would need to know, hey, at this FIFA event, we are sponsoring a table. We will be providing something there. I mean, I'm not quite sure what you might do, but if you have to purchase supplies, maybe you're doing handouts or something like that. So then that'll determine which line item it'll go into. Just like meetings, again, are you having, you have a meeting here, but if you go to a meeting, maybe there's, something that you want to bring if you're supplying anything to that. So it's going to be kind of the thing that you're doing. So I would just say that when you have your major categories and just break them down to the activities that are going to be under there.
So one last thing, John.
Sure.
Go ahead.
So, I'm sorry that I was not here on time when this came up. I didn't think this was gonna be this early in the meeting. But, so when we did this budget, so we didn't do our budget prior. We had a prior director who did our budget, executive director who did our budget. And so now there are things that the council members invite us to that may have a cost attached to it. For example, a gala, right? If they don't have tickets for it, they want us to come. In the past, we would tell Artie, oh, we want to go, we would sign up for it, he would pay for the tickets and all that. So when we were preparing this, no one on the call from the city side, and I think you on the call, no one mentioned, oh, what about these things? And so now we voted on this budget last month, and this is what we're going to present to the council. But now we have people signing up or expressing interest to go to an event, or the council person saying, hey, I want you to come to X. But we didn't account for that in this budget. And so now the board members who want to attend, not I, for these particular things, because I have a conflict, but they're saddened because they're like, I committed to go, and now I'm told we can't go because we don't have a budget allocation for that. So for example, I think it's something coming up this weekend that we didn't pay for tickets for it, did we? We didn't pay for tickets for it. And so we don't have a line item, we don't have a allocation that we voted to have for that. So how do we deal with that going forward?
So I would definitely say it could be twofold. Is there enough money in your budget to sustain that? And then is it in one line and maybe, you need to fund it to another line? So you can always transfer funds from one line. So let's say you have, money in professional services, but you need to travel someplace, and it's like, wow, we didn't account for this particular travel, then you can do a transfer and move some of your professional services money to the travel line. If it is determined that, hey, our allocation isn't sufficient enough, so the $215,000, hey, I don't think that that's gonna, make it for us. I think, we have some ongoing things we'd like to do, so we'd like to increase our spending authority. Well, that's where you would have to come back and then request that, and it would have to go in front of council again. Internally, moving things from one line to the next is fine. Like I said, Teresa can go ahead and contact me, and we can take care of that for you for the line items, but it's very different if you're talking about increasing your spending authority, and that's what has to go back up to the council.
Okay. That's what I told the board members that were asking me about it as the process, because I think there is, because I did this document, I think that there is room for us to maybe afford to go. I just don't know the dollar amount. So if y'all do want to go, we need to know what the dollar amount is for it, so that we can decide if we're going to go or not.
All tickets have been sold. It's sold out now.
Look at God.
There isn't any more tables left.
And so for going forward, we just know that if whatever it is, we'll have to
Should there be
transfer.
any kind of contingency?
That was-
Like if the South Fulton Chamber's having an event and the board wants to buy a table, those type of events, you can't really put a date in, but should we list some of the different functions that we know occur every year and put funding there for that during our next budget so that we know we have money allocated for those types of things?
Absolutely. I mean, this is a plan. So you guys will determine what your plan financially is going to be for the year. So have those discussions, hey, we want to attend this, we want to do this, we want to sponsor this. And so that can all be part of your budget. I mean, and you can kind of do that right now. There are 6 months left to the year. So depending on, how that $215,000, if you said in this document, hey, I want to do this, but you want to do something else, we can always transfer funds to make that available for you. Moving into FY27, I would say, again, have a conversation, make determinations as to what you guys would like to do. If the funding level that was for this year would be sufficient for the next year, then you'll submit the same amount. If not, then you'll have conversations and say, hey, we want to come back to increase that. Just keep in mind, so I just want to say this, that during budget development, if you are making changes, if you do want to increase your allocation, this is the time to do it for FY27, because when it goes to the board, it will already be approved. You won't have to go back to do a budget amendment. So it's a very good opportunity when you are planning for the next year to have these conversations right now so that hey, here's what our plan is for FY27. Submit that as part of budget development. We'll get that from Teresa, go through the process, and then once it's approved by council, it's approved by council with the entire budget document. So like I said, again, you wouldn't have to come back and ask for more authority to spend.
Are there any more questions? If not, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Teresa, on this part
Appreciate
of the
you.
finance committee, I'm sorry, the invoices for approval?
Yep.
For this one?
As requested in the last finance meeting, month to month, my team and I will make sure that the invoices that are outstanding will be in the packet for approval. So the first invoice you see is the 7,100, 1667 for Kinley Horn. That was the amount of the proposal for the bus tour services that was divided among the Economic Development Department and also the Downtown Development Authority. I just put this in here. This payment was already approved initially, I believe, in the February meeting, but I just wanted to make sure that that was the amount for those professional services. And then the next invoice you'll see is for Ed Wall, the $250.
Can,
I'm sorry,
can we
go
go,
ahead.
can we ask questions
Yeah, I'm
each
sorry.
invoice? Because, I know we approved not to exceed $10,000, but my question to you is this our portion or is it total? Total?
Your portion.
Oh, okay.
Yep, the Development Authority portion.
Okay, and so, if this budget is approved, what line item would it come from? Because we
This is
don't have.
professional services.
We didn't allocate any money for this in the professional services budget. We allocated professional services, be attorney, financial advisor, social media, convention rep, CPA, audiovisual, and photographer.
Okay.
So, what,
What I said was your social media is not gonna start anytime soon because the RFP hasn't gone out yet. So
but that's still not gonna cover $7,100.
No, to cover 6. Are we doing the social media advertising?
Well, I mean, I think we will, so at some point, because, so this budget ends September 30th, correct?
Right, correct.
Yes.
So,
May, June,
So-
July, August, September.
I just wanna know where on here that we're gonna do it. You
If
said line
it would
5?
be added, it would be added to professional services. That's where we pull it from the economic development budget.
Because at the last meeting, you did mention that you did the budget and it wasn't in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him, so where we gonna put this?
Well,
Because she's gonna ask you, you know what line, and I'm just trying to make sure that it
Everything's included.
correspond. So right now, you're right, we can pull it from here. And so,
I think for right now, we could probably move it from that CPA, $10,000 that's sitting there.
okay, okay.
CPA actually should be a bookkeeper, that should be listed as bookkeeper.
But at the time we did it, we
Yeah.
was calling it CPA, but it's really a bookkeeper, okay.
So you're saying this is coming from professional services from that line, particular line?
Profession, yes.
Okay. Any other questions?
About that one, no.
yes, sir. Okay. Piper Sandler, this is the wall invoice for financial advisory services in February, $250.
And this is the one that was left over from,
Yes.
okay, please.
The next invoice is for the AV production for March, and it is $1,000.
Any questions? Next.
The next invoice is the travel for Nkosi to attend the Development Authority training, the reimbursement, his per diem amount.
The 102?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only portion that we're paying on this, or, I mean, we're paying the
And
entire.
also, it's the registration should be in there.
So we're not paying for the class itself?
Yes, that's what I'm saying, the registration. should be-
Registration?
should
Okay,
be
so
in there.
the 593.55, is that included?
The registration's the next page.
No, the next page.
Next page.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any questions? No. Move to the next one.
Okay, and then, as Vice Chair Tucker Davis said, you see on the next is the JITA workshop. We have these lists of attendees: September Cooper, Stacy Williams, Phyllis Mentor, and Kosi Larry, attending and this is the full registration at $380. Quantity 4, the amount is $1,520, and this is only for the registration of the conference.
So
It does not include-
the per diem or any of it?
No,
Okay, this is only registration, okay. That'll come in June,
yes.
if the conference ended.
Yes, we're still working on getting all the travel forms signed.
So, I think this is fine, but I just wanted you to know, everyone to know when the committee did this budget, and when I was drafting it, the $15,000 that we allocated for JITA training was for everybody to travel in September, and and so this is enough, is of course enough, but I just wanted you to know that, it wasn't included.
Okay.
I think we put a little extra there because we didn't know the exact dollar amount, so we're gonna have to be careful with what we spend in September, because that's the end of the actual fiscal year. And so, you know, we'll know kind of where we are.
Beginning.
So,
I mean, I thought it's September, October 1.
Oh, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right. I'm thinking, yeah, okay, you're right.
Kim has something to
Start
say.
October 1.
Yeah.
Next, please, next.
I'm wondering if, going forward, I mean, for this one, since we've already approved this budget, it makes sense, but for our 27 fiscal year, that we not list all these specific numbers, because it kind of feels as though we're boxing ourselves in with that.
We're required to, because they need to know how to pull, how much to pull from that subject line, like she was saying, because in that meeting, she said we have to specify what it is so that when they create a journal entry, they have an entry for food for the meeting. They have an entry for JITA and separate from another training. That's what they told us on that call. So that's why she was just saying now we'll get they'll break it down to sub-journal numbers based on the specific activity that it is. I just think the next time we do it, we just need to include the spring JITA in our amounts.
Right. So, okay.
And I
So,
don't know,
Maybe
this was
I
our
really
first
wanted
round.
to look at that just to see, this is what we're looking at now. And these numbers here, we put specific things in them, but we already have an account number. So if it's going to be allocated to that account number, why then would we also need to have these numbers where they're very specific as far as like how much we're supposed to use? Because my assumption is that when she pulls from the budget, there's $115,000 in that budget. If it's for professional services, they're going to allocate it to that account number.
But she said we could move it around, am I
Right.
correct? The bu- Yes.
you have to put it in there. You have to put it in there. Yeah.
Having it listed and broken out is really good so that we can have a history of how we spend the individual funds.
Right. Now, that could be, that sounds like that could be something we could specifically do, but because this says, you know, financial advisor, $24,000, and then if we then in turn decide to allocate it for something else, then it's like we are basically in a constant state of amending the budget, because it's like, no, I need to move the, $5,000 from financial advisor, and then I need to move it to so-and-so. That, from a records keeping.
So if it's in, if financial advisor is working with, if whoever else is in professional services, all of it will stay in there. It's only if you're moving things from professional services, travel, or dues and fees, something that's very different.
Gotcha.
I have a question.
I just don't want to be, like, this can become a little bit of a nightmare if we're constantly looking at these line items, if we don't have to do it.
September?
So I have a question. So I get what you're saying, Kim, and I get what you're saying. Normally, this is our first year going to the spring JITA conference. So that's most likely why it wasn't in there. Are we allowed to, when we do our budget, are we allowed to have like, say, a line that's just like contingency funds? Or do we have to have it accounted for?
So everything will have an accounting.
Every line item has an accounting for it. So if you need to have contingency funds, you can probably put those, we do have a contingency line item that we typically don't expense against, but it's possible that we can create one, so we can talk about that. It's in a different sub-account, and it could be
Okay.
listed as contingency.
Right.
But I would say within your line item budgets, your contingency can be that base plus maybe 2 to 5% for, incidentals, or you can determine what that percentage is in each of the line items. And then inside Tyler, you can enter some detail in saying X amount of dollars is for unexpected expenses or something in each one of those sub-accounts.
Right, okay, no problem, thank you.
Go ahead, Dan.
So just to clarify, when we were meeting this, we were told we couldn't leave this itemization / explanation field empty. Is that true or not?
We do need the details because that'll be entered into Tyler also. And again, it establishes that history of what you're, budgeting for, what's going to be expensed into that account. So those details are very important.
So by details, though, I'm saying, I don't mind all of the names being listed. I'm talking about the specific dollar amounts. Can that be removed?
So
If we
what-
say professional services shall include attorney fees, financial advisor, social media, CPA, so on and so, is that sufficient enough without having an actual dollar amount by each one of those names?
So a little technical with the Tyler system. In Tyler, you can allocate in each single line item. So when Teresa goes into the budget, she can either put one line and it won't have to be allocated, or she can click to allocate and create different details. Those can have separate dollar amounts that add up to the total. So we would still have the level of detail. It would still only be in that one line item, but then that's a way for you to, kind of match it to your board budget, and then you can kind of see where it's allocated. You won't be able to see how each one is expensed.
Right.
But, because it'll expense from the main dollar amount, but we can see what the plan is and what you were going to be doing. If you're going to be needing to do a budget transfer, for instance, on the transfer, we do ask, why are you transferring it? So you can say, well, we're no longer going to do this trip that's in Tyler, we're going to reallocate it to that. So then that way it maintains that history.
Okay, so perfect. So I understand a little bit better.
Any other questions? Got a little spot.
So when we do next year's budget, we just put $130,000 for professional services and nothing else. That's sufficient. See, that face is what I'm talking about, and that's why we broke it out. Because what I hear you answering her question is, it sounds like you said you don't have to, you can put it generic, but we need these details to track how much you said you were gonna spend for this category and that category. But if we don't put anything there, then is that okay? And I just, if that's a yes, then we won't do that next time. But I thought from my meetings that it was we don't like you to do that. We want you to give us numbers so that we can track how much you're capping for attorneys. Even if you have to move money from somewhere else, if you go over, we want you to do that versus not give us a dollar. And
So both answers are correct. You can just put a single line item, so if professional services is going to be $130,000, you can put $130,000. We do, and we ask our departments the same thing. We would like the detail behind that because, in the event that we're several months down the road and, hey, oh, wow, what did we allocate for this dollar amount? And if Teresa is talking to me and having any questions about her budget, I'm certainly not going to know what makes up the $130,000 to say you included this or that in your budget. So we are asking everyone to put details. Like I said, it can allocate, but again, your budget is a plan. It is a living document. It can move, it can change, you can move things around if you need to. But, having these types of conversations to make sure that you're planning appropriately are really important for that.
So I think as long as we're okay with doing unanticipated fees line item as well, and putting a dollar amount in there, that will protect us from,
That 2
this.
to 5% would work,
Yeah,
as she said.
I'm fine with that. That works for me.
Okay.
I just wanted to add more of a comment. We've had a lot of discussion around the budget this evening, which I think is great. Dana, thank you for working on that. James, on our behalf. I think it's important to know or to say that this is not a discussion about spending money, that we're trying to anxiously spend money. That is not the case. We are trying to understand and get a handle on it so that we can make it right for council as well as for this board, so that everybody can look at it and be clear and understand how we're putting it together, what the requirements are on behalf of the city, so that it's a win-win for everybody. Thank you.
Any other questions? We'll move on to the Vision Ad Hoc Committee.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I move that we approve payment of we gotta pay these, right?
Oh,
You going on, you
I'm
gotta pay the
sorry, I'm
peoples, you
moving.
gotta pay the peoples, okay.
I put a motion to approve to pay these invoices.
Do I need to specify, the actual, or just all of them?
Do we have to, yeah, do we have to do it individually
Do
or
we
all
need
of
to
them?
mention?
No, because I was gonna just do one with all of them, but,
Yeah, yeah.
so,
I mean, yeah, could we get one
yeah.
to encompass all of the expenses?
I move that we approve the outstanding budgets, invoices for payment that were presented today.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None? That passes. Now we can move to the Vision Ad Hoc Committee.
Well, Vision Ad Hoc does not have a report. We are actually meeting next week. We will be doing some mandatory training in regards to our website. And so we're trying to get on board so that we know how to make modifications and changes to the site.
All right. We'll move on to new business. Teresa, retreat update? Oh, this is on me or you?
These are the dates that Terry Smiling, she was the board retreat facilitator this year, is proposing, I believe at the last retreat, was to go ahead and identify potential dates for the retreat for FY '27. So this is the dates that she had proposed, if there wanted to be a selection today or just discussion.
Let's discuss and come back for our May meeting and make a decision.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Well, one of them is May 12th.
Well, yeah.
Is May
that
12th?
part.
Yeah, one of the dates is May 12th.
And I was gonna say, I was actually gonna ask, when we would, I guess in new business, get to, a motion to, suspend our June and July meeting dates, because we do normally do that. We haven't had that motion yet. So that would take us out of June 1, 2, 3, 4 as options.
Yeah.
If we did, if that
And
motion was
July.
made and passed. So,
We'd have to
we need to be
change
voting
that.
on May 12th. That's the only date that's left, right? It's May 12th. Oh, you have,
August.
It's additional dates in July.
There are dates in August.
August.
August, yeah.
oh, mine didn't have that on, mine,
Yeah.
mine just has,
Oh.
see, mine just says June. What's it?
Yeah, those are the dates.
May, June,
Oh,
July,
okay,
August.
okay.
So no June and no July.
No June and no July. And May is coming up next
That's
month.
two. Yeah.
That's too close.
Oh, that's for the check-in.
So August,
I'm sorry, we're distracted. So, we need to get on the same page. So my binder has FY '26 board check-in, board retreat follow-up. And it has 2 sets of dates. And then y'all have FY '27 board retreat dates. So these are two different, you're talking about 2 different
Yeah,
events.
I think yours is out of order, Dana.
Because under
I don't
old- it
have
should be
fiscal
under
year
old business.
26.
But this
The
is
check-in is under old.
the FY '27. Here you go.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Are we supposed
Sorry
to have
about that.
26?
We supposed,
Now, that's the dates.
No, 27.
so we're
27.
talking
Okay, I got
about 27,
Correct.
not 26.
Correct.
Check-in, okay, right now.
Yep.
Board retreat.
So we've had our retreat for 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
So we're 2027.
Mm-hmm.
So we won't be doing June and July next year? No, I'm just asking.
This is for
Because you
next
brought it
year?
up. I was asking, is that?
So this is for 2027?
Right.
Oh, I can't tell you.
Okay,
what
because
I'm
I'm,
doing.
in my calendar like, wait now.
This is May next year.
Yeah, because I'm like, May.
No. So, let me identify. So, at the last retreat, Terry said that there was a question to identify dates for your action plan for '27, but these dates are for this year. To go ahead and
That's
plan,
the board
yes.
check-in, though, that's not a retreat date.
From Intact Insurance is the insurance application, renewal application The dollar amount on this application,
They haven't given us the dollar amount yet
Okay.
until we turn the application in.
okay, under the renewal. Do we anticipate an increase? I suspect we will get an increase. Do you know roughly a percentage?
No.
Any idea?
So it's based on whatever we update on the renewal application. That's when they send over the invoice of what the cost would be for the renewal.
Okay. But I don't think we got any changes.
There was no changes from what I know of. I just need approval
How much was it last year?
to submit that in. I can follow back up. I can look in the system.
11,000 change.
So I have a question. So if this is the same and this is ready to go, there isn't any box check for number 11, is that, and 12, is that going to impact our underwriting process? Because I think the turnover rate may have an impact.
But if this is for the Development Authority,
don't
the
have any-
Development
We don't
Authority
have
doesn't
any
have any
employees.
employees.
We don't have any employees, so we don't have to worry about that. We will leave it blank.
That's why it wasn't.
So we would put no?
Yeah.
We would put,
NA.
we would put,
NA.
That's why it
NA
was.
on the
but there
employment
isn't,
practice.
okay, there isn't in a box, okay.
Yeah, there's not one, but it need to be noted on here somewhere.
We wouldn't do
Okay, so
13.
then why-
would complete if
16
coverage
okay,
is
number 16 is
requested,
another
so.
question then.
Yeah, it says complete if coverage is requested, so we wouldn't have to do that one anyway.
What about 16, it says contract lease employer 0, don't we have two?
But I don't think we're requesting any coverage for that.
Okay,
I guess that would be in case, like you said, if we requested coverage for it.
And this is a question, we did this before, right?
Right.
So we can just duplicate what we did before?
Pretty much, I think it was just some date, some information, I think address changes or something.
Okay.
I think that was it. Anything
So-
else?
is it an accurate statement to say this is exactly the same answers to the question from last year?
Yes.
To accept, I guess, submit the application would be the thing. And I'm looking for the price, it should be on our budget. My memory is it was $11,000 some change, is what I remember.
It's not, we didn't talk about this in the first time.
There's no allocation for it?
Being that we have 6 months left, we'll just need to move some money to cover this for this year.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I think that we do need to move some money to cover it.
Yeah.
Um,
Thought it was
I, we
allocation.
just need to,
Okay.
So
We do
these are the
think-
things that we're going to need to include for next year.
Yeah, I'm writing notes.
2027.
Right.
I'm writing notes. Do we pay this at one time, or do we pay this, monthly, or in some other interval, Teresa?
I believe it was a one-time payment. I'm looking it up now.
And when does it expire?
It expires on the 10th? The 9th,
Okay,
April.
April.
Mm-hmm.
so we need to improve this now. All right, I think we got 2 things we need to do here. One, we need to approve the application, and then second, we need to approve the movement of the funds to cover this.
Okay.
We can do it as one motion or do it as.
Two separate
just
motions.
Two separate motions.
Okay, I make a motion to pay for the insurance renewal for April 9th, 2026 through April 9th, 2027.
I'll second.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. We're doing that, then we need a motion to allocate the funds.
I make a motion to reallocate the funds in the budget to go towards the insurance renewal for the liability insurance coverage.
Second, need a second?
I'll second.
A second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes, and we move into old business. No, this is the check-in.
Yeah, we'll table that as well.
We'll table-
Well,
we'll
yeah,
table.
make sure that all the dates are accurate.
Okay, so get a motion to table the item for the check-in for the board retreat.
Motion to table, check-in until next meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? That passes. The next item is our RFPs for professional services, audiovisual, bookkeeper, digital marketing services, and trade show and convention representative. Therese?
Yep, we have our procurement director, Mr. William Whitaker, here to answer any questions about our RFP process. To solicit for the RFPs to be out, we had to complete intake forms, so those are in your packet. I don't believe you can entirely see what was in the printable, in the PDF, but each intake form reflected what was sent over as far as the scope of work for each item that we're requesting services for. And I'll let Mr. Whitaker.
Good evening. Good evening, Chair and board members. My name is William Whitaker. I am the procurement director for the city of South Fulton. Okay, thank you. I had the opportunity to look at the intake form and the scope of services for the bookkeeper, audiovisual services, also the digital marketing, and the trade and convention representative. What I have looked at, I did a market analysis. I looked at the market and operational requirements. So what the procurement department is going to do is we're going to do a solicitation. That solicitation is going to be for support services. The solicitation is going to be a request for proposal. That request for proposal is going to go out for each service. With each service, we will be able to obtain 3 different types of solicitations from each organization or each, each service that you're required. Once we get that from the solicitation, which I will put out there for about 21 days on what we call our third-party bid service. With that, it will take about 21 days, and we'll get the solicitation back. I do have a couple of clarifications for each services as far as funding goes, and I will get with Teresa on those type questions that I have. This will probably take about 30 days. We're in the drafting stage now, where we will draft the solicitation. I'm drafting the solicitation for each support services that was requested. That should be on our bid service within about 5 business days. Do I have any questions?
What is the total length of time?
The total length of time, okay, it's usually 2 to 3 business days for me to look at the intake form. It's about 5 to 7 business days to draft the solicitation. That solicitation will be out for about 21 days, according to our Georgia statute. Once that comes back, I will give that information I will ask for an evaluation committee so we can look at their past performance, their price proposal, also their technical proposal to get everything accomplished. Sir.
So how will we know when it goes live on your site, on the South Fulton site?
Okay. It's not going to be on South. We usually use BidNet. It's a third party.
Okay.
Within BidNet, we will put that solicitation out there. For example, for the audio video services, usually I have an outreach program where I reach out to some of the local businesses and state businesses. The audio visual, I had 2 firms that I was told that we can do an outreach for. So I can give you that type of information. If like, I will funnel it through Teresa as soon as it's presented.
Just one more question. So if I'm a vendor, or I run into marketing people all the time, and
Yes, ma'am.
I tell somebody about the RFP, where do I tell them to find it?
Okay, ma'am. If any businesses want to look at our solicitations, the first place to go is on our website.
Okay.
Our website will tell you about all pending solicitations, and that will transfer you to the BidNet site, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Next question.
So, right now, we don't have anyone actively in a few of these positions, right? But we do have either past vendors or current vendors for one of them, the audio-visual one. How would they find out so they can rebid?
Yes, ma'am. What I have received on the scope of work is 2 vendors for audiovisual.
That we've already, okay.
Yes, ma'am. And what we will do is we will send out an email to each firm, letting the firm know that there's a solicitation that we have out there. We'll give them the RFP number so that they can bid on or submit their proposal for this particular audiovisual, ma'am.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Move to our next item is the conference and training schedule. Teresa?
You have in your packet full information about all the upcoming conferences and trainings that the Economic Development Department has on its calendar. We're roughly going through each item, to find out which ones that, we have some of them that are annual events that we have already budgeted for to be a part of. Biz Now is new to our schedule, so I just wanted the board to look at some of the conferences that are taking place. It does fall in our wheelhouse in some of the activities that we presently have going on. So if there are any of these conferences you'd like to attend, just let us know. We'll make sure that we get the registrations and all of that completed. But the only other thing that we already discussed was the spring workshop.
Teresa, I have a question.
Question?
So with the training and stuff, I see there's one that's on the 16th, but it's in Tifton. Do we have enough time to get the paperwork sent over and signed off by the city if we want to go?
Yep, I can check it out.
Okay, thank you.
Questions?
So I don't have a question, I want a statement. So there's a lot of events that are in here. We haven't allocated for any of these. I'm not saying we can't go. What I am saying is that we need to be mindful that we're waiting on the council to approve our budget. They may say, scram, right? So we just need to be careful about going to all of these events from a cost perspective.
Right.
Correct. I also were there any other questions about the conferences and trainings?
Well, I wanted to check on the ICSC. Oh, do we have anybody going to ICSC? From the city? ICSC, the Vegas,
The one coming up in the
May 18th.
fall. Yes.
the fall.
May 18th?
I'm talking May 18th.
He said
Oh,
May.
no, that's in Vegas,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Yes,
that was
Also,
wanna do the
I
local
would
one.
want to do it too. I'm available during that time frame as well.
I'm sorry, what now?
He said he's available for the May Vegas convention.
Yes.
So we need someone to go to ICSC as well?
I'm just asking that, man. If we have somebody who wants to go, the board approves it, we're good.
I want to announce that we have money for that.
We can take that money and use it for something else.
It can be reallocated.
Well, no, we don't need to reallocate because my little details says Vegas, that's there.
Thank you for the budget, Dana. Thank you. Just the details. That's that hard work, Dana.
I knew Vegas was coming up. It is under the trade show. Travel.
Okay, the trade
Yes.
show. Gotcha.
So we got a little money. If y'all don't go, we have a little money. Transfer. Working.
Any other questions? If you don't mind, Chairman Weeks, there was 2 items that I overlooked during the economic development presentation. We have 2 grand openings coming up in April. Gaucher Hawkins with Gaucher's Tapas Bar and Gaucher's Breakfast Bar is actually expanding. She is opening a new restaurant called The Standard Kitchen. Their grand opening is actually Thursday. from 2 until 4 at that location, 5829 Campbellton Road Southwest. So if you are available to attend, they will do samplings at that event. So this is a great time to come and promote another wonderful culinary opportunity in the city of South Fulton. And also in District 1, we have a beauty school that's opening up, Bold and Beautiful. They are opening their doors with 11 students already registered so far in their cosmetology department. They're connecting with the high schools within the city of South Fulton to solicit this to being a part of actual, I think, dual enrollment program that they can actually attend school and actually come over there and get a certification in cosmetology. So these ladies are bringing a phenomenal opportunity to our city. So on April 16th, you'll get a chance to meet the students as well as the owners. The owner name is Rosalind Cannon. So two grand openings that's coming up in District 1. And then Trevor has an opportunity. Trevor? Did he walk out?
Teresa, what's that date for the Standard Kitchen?
It's Thursday.
Thursday.
This
This
Thursday.
Thursday?
Yes.
2 to 4?
Yep.
Are they gonna be doing, public services at the college like they used to? Are they doing public services at
Yes.
the college? They have to practice on somebody.
Yep. Yep. And then Trevor will talk about some economic development activities, the Food Truck Friday, and our community market.
Sorry about that, everyone. I was getting y'all ready for the executive session. So I wanted to speak about the Food Truck Fridays and the District 4 Community Market. These are the flyers. We've given them to each of you. I'll speak to Food Truck Fridays, A, because it's mine, and B, because it comes first. So we're going to keep it in the same location this year. We're going to start on the 17th. It will be from 4 to 8. We listed all the dates that we will be participating in it this year. It'll be at Salome Church. We have a QR code there, and we're getting ready to speak to all of our vendors soon. So if you know somebody that would like to sell some of their goods or wares, please take them to the QR code. They can sign up, and that QR code would actually work for both of these. We give them the option to choose, pick the dates, and the dates will also determine which market it is that they're going to come in, set up at. Free of charge. Again, a lot of this is we want to promote the businesses there, give entrepreneurs an opportunity to come and sell their wares and cut down on their overhead costs so they can actually walk away with a profit. If you don't know anybody that does want to be a vendor, please also, you can share this to the other people in the community. We would love to have a great turnout.
Can you email this to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Email it out.
I think you did already.
Yeah.
You did email it?
Well, I know I sent everyone a calendar invite, which has the flyers in there, but I can definitely also make sure,
Okay.
if there are any requests, I can make sure that I
Because we
send.
can share it in the district if you just.
I think whatever, in order for it to be a success, I'll do whatever. It definitely is being shared on our social media.
Yeah. It was, I attended last year, it was phenomenal.
And thank
So,
you for that.
I'm coming.
And I love the food
I'd
truck.
love to see you. So I'll be there, and I would love to see y'all there as well. Before I got off and went back to make sure the executive session stuff is good, did anybody have any questions?
No, we're good.
All right, thank y'all so much.
And,
Are we moving on? Because
Yes.
I want to go back to conference and training for a minute.
okay.
Okay, so there's quite a bit in front of us. So am I understanding correctly that we are to go through it and then let you know what we want to go to?
Yep, you can propose it to the board at your next meeting. I'm sorry, if you have the money.
We can spend a couple of
You can spend the Vegas money.
pop the piggy bank.
Okay, so I go through it and I propose it to the board in May that which one I would like to attend.
some of this, like the one for, UGA is, that
Next week.
date up there is wrong, but in our book is April 16th.
16th.
So,
Yeah.
we won't be able to come for the next meeting, so if you wanna go to that in Tifton, you need to say so today.
So we get that.
Well,
done
I'd like
today.
to go to the UGA continuing ed in Tipton.
And then there's one, April the 29th, that says Atlanta Stadium Development.
I think that's during Jeter. That's
Yeah, it is
Jeter.
during JETA, so those that aren't going to JETA can
Yeah,
attend
there'll be
that.
Jeter doing that one.
So only September?
September for Tifton.
September is for Tipton.
Who? Oh,
When is that again?
me, I'm going, I
April
put in for Tipton.
16th, April 16th.
Yeah.
If we don't have the funds for a hotel, please let me know.
They gonna have you at the.
We got a little money for
Tiffany.
Tifton, you okay for Tifton, girl, you okay for Tifton, we got you on that, we got you on that.
The room might be $25, but
We can cover that.
But then, so I'm not sure what date our next meeting is, but this one for 5/7, maybe after our meeting day or so close to it, so that is contractors, closures, and connections.
Yeah, that's on the, our meeting's on the 5th, that's on the 7th.
Phyllis, that's
But what time does registration, we have to register before our meeting on the 5th.
registration, it doesn't
Is
have
anyone
on it.
interested in that meeting?
That is
That's
one
here, that's
that
locally.
I
That is
would
local.
like to attend.
That's locally, that's local.
Yes,
Yes.
that's local.
Howard Mill.
For that, we have money for that.
We got bus
Thank you.
fare.
And Marta.
Do you pay for the traffic?
Cooper to attend the UGA training on April the 16th, and Phyllis Mentor to attend the session on May the 7th.
You know what? We need to look at the calendar and see if that's our May meeting right
Our
now.
meeting
No.
is the 5th.
May
The
the
5th.
5th.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
a
date is-
second?
that's a
A
Thursday.
second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That passes, so we got September going to UGA, and Phyllis is going to down the street with bus fare.
Contractors.
Contractors. We got bus fare, okay, we're good. Can I get, do we have a motion to go in executive session? Anyone?
I make a
Anyone?
motion to go to executive
Do we have
session.
To discuss.
Do
To
we have to go?
discuss.
Do we have any
Do we
discussion?
We
have-
have an executive session.
Do we-
Do we have any discussion items for the executive session?
Do we?
Do
Oh,
we?
okay. Oh, I'll
Okay.
take that.
We have
Actually,
Isaac and Attorney Kelly with the city office on the Zoom call in the conference room, so.
Okay.
yeah.
About something? I think we do.
I think it was about.
About something.
Yep.
Oh,
mhm.
okay.
So we do need to go into executive session.
For, you have to
Real
say real estate litigation and
Yes,
personnel.
yes, real estate, hold on.
Can I get a motion?
Litigation and personnel.
I make a motion to go into executive session for real estate,
Personnel,
litigation, personnel.
The second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We will, in executive session, start in 5 minutes
Cool. 7:40.
at 8:40. Take your chairs with you. Tell me, I ain't sitting down. Quorum in the room so we can make this announcement, so we can end this.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen. Session. We're live. There's no item to report from executive session. Seeing that all items have been completed for this meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice evening.
Goodbye.
Good night, thank